I need to ask you a question. Be curious, Drifters.
Allegron's won the Brisbane Cup, but it's all Antino. Blake Shin, take a bow. Barraquil, Benny Allen hasn't moved.
Broadside him, bobbed, won the Golden Rose.
Pride of Jenny, trying to find the reserves at the 100. She's 3 in front of Mr. Brightside. It's all too late. Pride of Jenny has run them into the night. Switzerland, the big winner, by 2.5 Bellatrix Star.
He's down, Jolly Star. She is a star in the making. Jolly Star bolts in.
It's all Isthmus. She's very smart and fast.
Mate, this is a big episode this week. Huge.
Spring has sprung, I was going to say, but it's autumn. Heck. Autumn has fallen.
Yeah.
It's straight into it. It's like a kick in the nuts.
I know. I do love Blue Diamond Week, though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Good, cracking card. Like race 2, the Zerative.
Yeah, straight into it.
I didn't think I'd see Peloton being favourite over Rosberg. Rosberg was the next nature strip.
Yeah, he was. He's a gross horse, Rosberg. Yeah. Big horse.
Like, yeah, as in lots of testosterone in him.
Yeah. That's an interesting race, and I've got an opinion, but
as is your right.
Fascinated to see how it plays out this Saturday. Yeah, there's no entree.
Yeah,
there's no entree because you wouldn't expect the card to hit so hard so quick, but no, it's straight into the mains, the T-bone.
Yeah, like in Sydney, they're still warming up. Like you still got your highways and your midways, which you come to love as well.
Look, the highway and midway wins are few and far between, but if you jag one, you're pretty much set for the day.
I had a little win on a same race multi for top 3 for I think it was the highway to start proceedings. But no, it was,
how good.
It was good fun.
A same race multi with the good people at whoever wants to sponsor this podcast.
Yeah. No, it's a one way to put it. But how was your week?
Good. Good. Yeah, great week. Quickly reflecting on Saturday, it was looking good. It was looking good until my best bet of the day in the last at Flemington Fillier failed to fire. Triple F. Yeah, she was really disappointed. I don't know if there was anything in the steward's report, but that's something we would typically look at in the review podcast, but they're not doing that now. So, and look, the racing game moves on so quickly, but yeah, some nice wins on the weekend, but not enough, albeit. But very keen for this weekend. Look, I guess the Fillier bit probably is a nice segue into our newer segment, which is resolutions.
Yeah, resolutions or futures?
Or futures.
Let's do futures.
Yeah, futures. Well, one of mine.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Yeah. Did you go Fillier again in a different race?
I didn't. She's top of the list. So still got Fillier in the Coolmore at 26s. That doesn't look like Green Valley at the moment, does it? But I do have a ticket for my Gladiola in the Newmarket pre the Lightning. She ran a bottler. I'd say down in the weight, she'll be hard to beat in the Newmarket, so I've got a nice juicy ticket there.
Well, especially considering, well, she's going to have to be good, even though I think I saw Tentaris will have 58 and a half.
So I've never seen so much discussion about weights in my entire life. So what he gets depends on if Giga Kick takes his place, because Giga Kick will be the top weight at 59. I don't think Giga Kick warrants running in the Newmarket with 59 kilos based on how he performed on the weekend. I think he needs to trim up a little bit. Giga Kick, he was a big burly boy in the yard.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. I think Clayton Douglas has done he's done good work with Giga Kick. What if, like, I don't know, Kiramara or Chris Waller had that horse? Like, would he be as fat? Because he's been fat to the races a few times. You know what I mean?
He has been fat to the races a few times,
yeah.
Giga Kick.
Yeah.
I also think he doesn't mind a bit of, dig his toe into the ground type situation. Giga Kick. I think he wants a bit of give. Because when you're that big,
yeah,
you need a bit of cushion for the pushing, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Mate, he was a big burly boy in the yard. Do you know who was filled with testosterone in the yard in that race? Tentaris. Isn't he just a 3-year-old throbber?
Bruh. I said, not that Prue really listened to me, because I watched it here as she was looking after our 6-month-old son.
Might change his name to Tentaurus.
Mate, I don't think I've been this wound up about any 3-year-old. I think he's my favourite 3-year-old ever. He's outstanding.
He's so good.
The presence of him. The way, and I was thinking about in hindsight, am I getting like too wound up here?
We were all over him after the race, weren't we?
Yeah. But like, I was like, holy shit. Like, and I was like, was that field that he beat any good? I was like, oh, it was okay.
It's pretty good. A lot of Group 1 winners in that
yeah,
field.
I know. And, well, geez, he's... What I'm really impressed by with him is, like, his win on the weekend, he still won by a length, but he only got past him with like 20 metres to go. And he did the exact same thing 2 starts prior to that. The start prior to his Coolmore win. He's come out of nowhere, grown wings, and he's actually won by a length on the line. And it's like, damn, he's something special. I don't think I've really seen a horse be able to know exactly where the line is and almost get there 10 metres before it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's not many horses I've seen in our time watching racing that have a good strike rate being ridden cold. And there's not many horses who fit that description, but he's one because if he's got a horse in his sights, he's just going to charge over the top of him. Chautauqua-esque, but I think Chautauqua was different. He just had like the 400 metre just powered home, whereas Tentaurus, it's like on a dime. Yeah. He just needs 50 metres. His 400 to 200.
Yeah.
Like you could just tell he's like, well, he's going to win this race.
Yeah, I know, it just loomed up. And then when you press the button, it's like sustained speed, and then it's like sprinting after that. It's like, ooh. Yeah, exciting.
Very exciting.
So what price is my Gladiola now?
My Gladiola,
do you know?
Not off the top of my head. I did look. I think it was 11s in the new market.
That's still a playable price.
No, she's $6. My apologies.
$6.
I think she was $11 immediately after the race.
Yeah, gotcha.
She's into $6 with Team Green at the moment.
Right.
So you've got Tentaurus $1.80.
Oof. That's short.
$6 My Gladiola, 7s Angel Capital, and then 8s, 9s, 11s. But nothing of interest.
Well, despite Scary finishing last, he's trimmed up from $14 into $12 for whatever reason with with Team Red. So he wasn't that good. I don't know if he goes to an Auckland club, but I've got 2 that I put up on the board here. One, just my old mate Tom Kitten for the All-Star Mile back-to-back. He's at $5. Still a bit short, but I think he could start shorter on the day. And the other one for me, which I saw just then with Team Blue, was Apulia for the Hayes boys. For an Australia Cup. He's famously the horse that ran second to Riff Rocket in the Victoria Derby, and he's since gone on with the job. He
had about a year off, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a tendon.
Yeah,
and when he's come back and he won. It was one of the wins at the Flemington Carnival last year.
Phenomenal win.
Came from nowhere. I don't think anything was really making the ground on the day. I think he can make the step up for what will be the Australia Cup. If you look at that for the 2,000 metre Group 1s over the autumn, is probably the weakest, I'd say. Flemington suits him, $15. I was interested for him potentially going to a Doncaster as well. Hayes, Lindsay Park have known... Like they've had great success with the race.
Yep.
Couldn't find him in the market, but Apulia for me, Australia Cup, $15 if he heads that way.
Yeah, nice. This is going to give away some Blue Diamond tips, I think. But I figured, hey, with the Blue Diamond on this weekend, it's rare that we see a horse go bang bang Blue Diamond into a Golden Slipper. But because this 2-year-old crop's so even, and a lot of the horses in the Blue Diamond, particularly the ones that are fancy, are so lightly raced, I think a few of them, this might be their second or third ever run. It's plausible for them to get to a slipper. So I've got Closer to Free and Eternal Warrior, both in futures markets. In the slipper, 51s. Closer to Free is about $7, I think, for the Blue Diamond this weekend. And Eternal Warrior is like 20s, but if either of them win, or runs super in the Diamond, they won't be $51 in this in what I think is a very open edition of the Golden Slipper.
I think the Blue Diamond's open too.
Absolutely. So I think there's some value.
Yeah, 100%. And that kind of goes to one of my resolutions, and it's actually featured around the Blue Diamond too. But I'm giving up this year 1,000 to 1,200 metres. I famously? Well,
Famous for it.
It's famous now, especially for 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. I think skipping the 1,100 metre run, I feel like can be quite detrimental to your chances if your first time, in particular, to 1,200.
Yeah, absolutely. Different gravy, 1,000 metre sprints and 1,200 metre sprints, which made Tentarus's win even more special, to be honest, because I don't think he's a 1,000 metre horse. He's just so much better than him.
No.
I agree. I think there's a horse short in the Blue Diamond market we'll talk about where I'll put an X through him because he's gone 1,000 to 1,200, I think. So, no, very good point.
Yep.
Resolutions for me, and again, linking back to Filia, long spell, watch the market, you dickhead. If you're really keen on a horse like that, I reckon keep your powder dry. Have a spec in the futures, just in case they come out and go bang. Absolutely. But she didn't look too happy in the yard, and there was a massive late drift on her. I think she went from 4s out to 5s just before the race. And if you're really keen on her anyway, wait, because you're going to get a better price. But if they come in from 4s to 350, fills you with confidence, maybe double tap responsibly. So resolutions, long spell, watch the market.
Yeah, I like that.
She was what, 6+ months, maybe 7?
Yeah, at least. I think I think that's a really good point, actually.
Yep.
So I think we both make good points there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get into Sydney first.
Yep.
Let's get Sydney out of the way. We'll finish with a bang in Caulfield. Rosehill this weekend should be clear. Slight chance of a thunderstorm though in the afternoon. Hot in the lead up. I'm talking like 36 degrees.
Hotter than Nash
in the west of Sydney. So you know it's even going to be dry out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think isn't it like Penrith or something is like one of the worst places to live. From you can't get the heat out of the place.
It's Mount Druitt.
Yeah.
So Mount Druitt is usually like 5 degrees hotter than Sydney.
Yeah, wild. So yeah, this is Rosehill's in the west of Sydney.
Yeah, Rosehill just
It's like
volcanic type temperatures.
I remember seeing on Twitter once where there was a bird's eye view of Doomben and Eagle Farm being right next to each other, and Racing Twitter went off because they had no idea they were right next to each other.
Non-Brisbaneites.
Yeah, like, you kidding? How does that make sense?
Right next to each other.
Yeah, genius, ahead of our time. So, hot in the lead up. This is going to be a fast track. Rails out 5 metres. I had a look at the meeting last year. The rail was out 5 metres as well. 7 of the 10 winners settled in the first 4 at the 400 metres. So, there is absolutely no disadvantage to be on speed. This will be a good 3 by the time the quaddie rolls around, I think. So, all that taken into consideration, race 6 is the Silver Slipper Stakes, 1,100 metres, Group 2 for the 2-year-olds. Previous winners, Baywak won this last year. Cylinder, who ran 2nd or 3rd in a slipper. Best of Bordeaux might have ran 3rd in a slipper. Home Affairs
won this race, yeah.
Home Affairs won this race. Farnan won this race, who won a Golden Slipper. Sunlight was a star.
She was a star.
She Will Rain was a star.
She was a star too.
So 2 of the last 9 winners have gone on to win the Golden Slipper, done the double.
Or ran well,
Yeah.
by the sounds of that.
Yeah, so this is a good form race, typically.
Yes. I'm keen to probably take on the Sydney form in this race. I like the look of number 3, Stretton Ruler. Coming out of the Blue Diamond Prelude, that Closer to Free won and Eternal Warrior ran 3rd. And I've already alluded to the fact that I'm pretty keen on those 2 in the Diamond. So that's got to translate through to this. And I think the Hydrix race, or Hydrix or Hydrix, is a good-looking grey colt.
Jimmy
Hydrix. I think I've got question marks over the form of that particular race. I just don't think it was particularly strong. He looked phenomenal winning that, and he might improve massively second up. But I'd rather take double the price effectively for Stratton Ruler for a horse who's second up. He's coming out of what I think might be a better form race. And I found it interesting that Philip Stokes took him up here and didn't run him in the diamond. So clearly he thinks this horse might measure up and maybe aims towards a golden slipper. So Stratton Ruler out of my guy, Wild Ruler. Hope he goes well.
Yeah. I think I love a 2-year-old that's had an early run in their prep, in their career rather. So Incognito fits that bill for me. And if I read their comments here after running behind Hydrix there, made abnormal respiratory noise pulling up, slow to recover. Only got beaten 3.5 lengths second last there. Was $1.95 favourite, SP profile in his favour there. You look at the gear change, clear as day. Tongue tie first time, lugging beer first time. Clearly a breathing issue for this horse last start.
Trust that stable.
Absolutely. The Freedmans are going excellent with their 2-year-olds currently. So I trust that they're going to get it right. You're getting a triple the price to find out for basically what was, don't even consider it going around last start. I think the price you're getting for him, I'd rather have a play on him at $650 than like the $450 for Confederation. Especially because Incognito, for only 2 runs, has been up near the front as well. I want to be in the first 4 this weekend. He's going to be... Tommy Berry's in good form too. I think he's a nice bet.
You've got a bit of an affinity for those silks, the James Harron Bloodstock
Do
silks.
I?
I think you do.
Really?
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay.
Bodyguard,
Yeah. Who else?
Cannonball.
Yeah, it was Cannonball in the... Yeah, it would have been.
I'll think of some others.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Him. First up. First ever career run.
Incognito.
Yeah.
We're on him.
Yeah.
How good's that?
Yeah.
The Confederation for me is the perfect example of Waller, J-Mac, those silks tax. Like this horse has run second to Hydrix, yet he's a shorter price.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yep.
But no, yeah, I'll have a bet on Stratton Ruler.
Yeah. I think it's almost like the Blue Diamond's almost like it's like a consolation prize in a way, even though it's like one of the few 2-year-old Group 1s. The few rank, say, like over the autumn winter period. It's clearly Golden Slipper, right? It's arguably JJ Atkins, and then Champagne, Sires, Blue Diamond.
Yeah, I'd say the Blue Diamond is, you said it well. It's like a consolation prize. Look, for me personally, if I was going to send a beautiful retiring mare to start and I was going to get her serviced by a stallion who was only a good 2-year-old, I'd prefer a good 2-year-old who won the Slipper than one who won the Blue Diamond. Although evidence would suggest it doesn't really matter either way.
Well, the Godolphin colt who didn't even win, Hanseatic, ran second to Tagaloa. That was his career highlight, running second to Tagaloa, who's now doing good things at stud.
He is doing great things at stud. He was great value with the good people at Yulong. He won't be that price for much longer.
Race 7 is the Parramatta Cup, 1,900 metres Group 3 handicap. Previous winners here, Our Anchorage, who I don't think's done much since. More Felons hasn't won a race since. King Frankel, I don't think's won a race since. Mighty Beale, don't think he's racing anymore. And Sacramento.
No, he raced pretty recently, Mighty Beale.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my point is anything could win this. So who's going to turn up on the day? I think Travolta is a good, like, up-and-coming stayer. Would you agree with that? Or was he just a flash in the pan for a few runs?
I think Travolta's a good, solid horse. That's how I'd describe him.
Like at Group 3 listed grade.
Yeah. I think so. And I think I don't mind in a race like this, the Waller horse at home at Rosehill. Second up, ran well first up. I think he was the one I was leaning towards.
I don't like J-Mac being on him in this race, in this setup.
Because he doesn't give a shit.
No. Like, I zig when J-Mac zags. Let's put it that way. I'd much rather have Mark on, even Craig,
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. The other one is Piggyback, the Kieran Maher mare. She ran okay behind Travolta first up. So and she's drawn a nice pin. She gets a bit of weight relief. So she's the other one. But they're both short enough in the market, particularly in a race like this where they all take turns.
Yeah, the other one I could make a case for, who he either finishes in the top two, getting pipped a lip, or finish a long last is just fine. If he's had 3 trials, if it's a fast deck and he's out in front, which he typically loves to do, over this sort of distance, he could just be off and gone and give him something to catch.
True.
This stable, you'd have to trust that he's ready to go and fit. Not the worst at about that $15.
Yep.
But yeah, I think bit of a gross race.
Terrible race.
The Hobartville though, 1,400 metres, Group 2 for the 3-year-olds. Previous winners here: Broadsiding, Celestial Legend, Osipenko, Animo, Aegon, the Autumn Sun, and Kementari. So you got Kementari was a Group 1 winner. Tass was, was he 3 or 4? Don't know about Aegon. Animo was 5, 6?
Group 1s.
Yeah.
Animo won 9.
9?
Yeah.
Fuck. Celestial Legend 2.
He was good, mate.
Broadsiding 4-ish?
4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
It's a good race.
Yeah, it is a good race. Good horses win this race. So who's the good horse in this field?
I thought they'd keep Napoleonic to sprinting trips. So I'm fascinated to see him here. Autumn Boy could come out and blow them away first up. Absolutely. I think he might be being... I think the Caulfield Guineas trip was the win, made it pretty evident to me that I don't think he could come out and blow them away, absolutely, but I think he's probably more of like a 2,000 metre horse. Whereas Napoleonic being here just makes me think that there's something more to this horse, and like he got brained by Tempted, but he also then brained Wotan.
So
my point is, I think I want to have a bet on him.
Okay.
I think I like him here. Yeah. He's the same quote as Autumn Boy, but I think there's more to this horse than what meets the eye. Napoleonic. He's short enough, right? So, but no, it's a smart little race. There's a few horses here who could announce themselves in this race. Like Attica, he's at 13s, and I know he's a Group 1 winner. If he comes out and brains these, it's like, okay, well, who beats him for the rest of the prep? Because he's only going to get better out of it further. Autumn Boy, same thing goes. Shangri-La Boy, I think, is a smart horse, and he might jag the win here first up and then not beat these for the rest of his prep. Rivellino needs to get the chop or retire. And then Ninja's the other one. If Ninja comes out and brains these, it's like, okay, cool, we've got a smart little gelding on our hands. So interesting race with Napoleonic for me.
Yeah. I think, big watch for me is Attica. Just how I think this track is going to play on the weekend. Barrier 10 of 10, 9-9 now, basically. I think he'll be ridden quiet, Cheerwolf style, for that stable. But I know that Joe Pride doesn't like having colts or entires.
No.
So I think he's got a extremely special one. So $15 if there's a bit of market support there for him, because I think he is special. Be interesting to see. But I think Shangri-La Boy's the one I landed on for that stable. Going to go forward again. How I think this race is going to play. He's won out to 1,800 metres. He was solid, only getting run down by Attica late in the Spring Champion, leading up that field as well. So I think the kickoff point of 1,400 metres, I don't mind. I think he's going to give him something to chase. I think he runs top 3. I think Shangri-La Boy, TC on for Waterhouse Bot.
The half-brother to Storm Boy.
Yeah. I did see Autumn Boy, interesting. Barrier 8, J-Mac on, likely going to go back, although J-Mac can get him in any position. Blinkers off first time. interesting. So I don't know if the blinkers went on for the Caulfield Guineas run, but maybe they're just saving him for a Randwick Guineas.
That would be the stable, grand final stable.
Yeah. So maybe, keep your powder dry with Autumn Boy, potentially. And then race 9 is the Millie Fox Stakes, 1,300 metres, Group 2 for the fillies and mares, set weights penalties. Previous winners here, Firestorm, Zoo Gotcha, Subpoenaed. She was a good mare. For Byron Bray. Savatiano and In Her Time. So good on a roll here. I thought this is going to be led up by O'Diamond Lil with Heat Missile, Super Norwest finding their positions behind her. Lazura goes forward as well. And then a couple of good Godolphin runners from down low. You keen on Lazura here, or are you happy to watch it go round?
No, I think she wins this race. I think she's a class above a lot of these horses, and she's got to carry a little bit of weight, but you just read out the honour roll. This is a good mare's race. And I think she gets it, even though she's drawn gate 8, I think she gets the perfect run. J-Mac gets her in the 1-1. And yeah, I really like her. I think she wins. She's short enough. But
yeah. Well, they scratched her last week for this, which I'd say they would have read the tea leaves. It's like, look, this race is going to come up extremely thin.
Yeah.
Tell you who runs at hot tempos, and it might be a bit of a line in the sand, is O'Diamond Lil. I've been a big fan of her during her career. 7 career wins from 17 starts, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. So she's awfully consistent.
Awfully.
Won a Group 3. Did dog shit in a Group 2. But I think, like, when she's beaten, she's never beaten. She looks gone a long way from home, but she hangs on for a bit.
She's a tough horse.
She's a tough mare. So I think she's gonna give me something to cheer out in front. So I am interested to see how Chillicap goes here as well for Graham Begg. I think she's a decent horse, but also with Panito, who ran in the Oaks.
Panito.
Yeah. Yeah, she ran second in the Oaks behind Yu Wang. So she kind of fits. What's she paying for a Coolmore? Because she fits the exact same profile. She beat home Filia.
She did. Listen.
You know adding that to the board?
You know what? I might have even seen her name when I was looking through. I know that was Panova.
Yeah. Well, she's probably going to be going to an like an Australasian Oaks anyway. But
yeah, she's not in the not in the market.
Yeah. But she's trained by Chris Waller now, so another one.
Another one.
But yeah, that's Rosehill. Let's go to Caulfield. So Caulfield this weekend, mild weather. Should be playing good 4, good 3 territory. 15 to 20k an hour, south to southeasterly winds rather. So check your local guides of how that gets affected. Race 2 is the Zeditive, as we said. Group 3 for the 3-year-olds, set weights penalties. Tropicus won this last year. Who's a live chance in Oakleigh Plate. Raikoki, recommendation Oxley Road. So. Okay horses, no stars. But I thought Beskar, Peloton go forward. I'm keen to have a bet on Rosberg here because that last run was too bad to be true. He was shin sore, he was lame, and he had a slow recovery. That's plenty of it.
That's plenty of excuses.
And if you remember that run at Moonee Valley, and I think we were calling it out at the time, because I remember Tentaurus was $15 in the Coolmore at the time, and we didn't jump on for whatever reason, because we didn't have this futures markets segment.
Idiots.
He was like a $4 favourite in the Coolmore at the time. And after one run where there was 4 1,200-metre races at Moonee Valley that day, and he was by far the slowest. So, super impressive to the eye. And I don't think there's any stars in this field. I really don't. So, I think he's got the most upside. Clint McDonald's going to have him fully wound up for a big, valuable colt like this. Keen to bet.
I'm prepared to forgive Peloton last start. He just did too much wrong. He never looked comfortable in the run. And the market was all our. It was just too bad to be true. I like the draw here because he will roll forward. And also Craig gets on. And I feel like Craig just needs to be a bit softly with this horse. I think he might be a bit of a precious little baby boy, Peloton. Yeah, I'm happy to stick with him if he doesn't do anything in this race, then in the bin.
Yep.
And if Rosberg brains him, so be it. But no, I need to get my money back on Peloton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only thing I saw. I'm like, Peloton did have that prep run as well.
He had the prep run. It was disappointing.
Yeah.
He still ran fourth. He did too much wrong.
Yeah, but I've never been a fan. Like, that horse can't win in the Sydney midweeks, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of him. I will be if he makes some money for me on the weekend.
That's true. All right. Race 3 is the Victoria Gold Cup 2,000 metres listed race. I know, Mediacy will win a race like this, surely.
I thought Mediacy was a good bet in this race.
Yeah, $5.
Until I saw Johnny Allen.
What's his strike rate like? He won something over the spring, didn't he?
It's strictly business. She's a smart filly. I think she can win a Caulfield Cup, that horse. Immediacy, I thought ran an absolute bottler first up, and is only going to improve out to 2,000 metres. Four starts at 2,000 metres for 2 wins. Gets a nice firm deck. The setup's good. I do really like Immediacy. 59.5 kilos with Johnny Allen, though. Taken's been a winning machine. An absolute winning machine, like, albeit in benchmark racing, but, you know, does this race look much better than a benchmark race?
No.
So I think Taken can win again. I'm tossing up between it and Immediacy. It might even be just a watch race, but Immediacy up on the rail on the inside. Maybe it was like too flashing lighty. Maybe it was a suck you in flashing light run and it's going to do fucking nothing here.
Yeah, especially the other, like, 1,000 metres to 1,200, like 1,600 to 2,000 as well. That's second up too. Like, I think if you go 1,600 to 2,000 and you're fifth up, like, no dramas.
Yeah.
The second up, that's a tough ask. So that could potentially be something. You know what? I'd be happy to take $4, not $5, with Mediacy. If there's market support, I'm happy.
Yep.
Especially for that stable. That stable will love a bet. The Busserton Young stable.
Yep.
Autumn Classic, 1,800 metres, Group 2 for 3-year-olds. Chanois Immediacy won this 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Then one of the triplets, Pericles, when he was a stayer, apparently. I don't know where to look here. I did find one, though.
Oh, talk to me because I got nothing in this race. Nothing.
Well, I thought our chief for Danny O'Brien, who you said is on fire.
He's on fire. He's striking at like 20-something% from his last 50 runners.
So this horse went from the 2,000 metres down to the 1,800 in the Robert Hunter handicap benchmark 70 grade. Carried 59.5 kilos, got knocked off by Miss Miranda, who, with the apprentice claim, was carrying 52.5. The apprentice sticks on here on Miss Miranda, but there's no claims for the apprentices here. So he's effectively getting 5.5 kilos off that horse for losing to her last start. Barrier 7, Mick D, blinkers on first time. $6.50 for him, I think, is a nice play, our chief, for Danny O'Brien.
Yeah, fair enough. The only one that I was potentially looking at was Master of the Air, which comes out of the Observer race, and that was just like a trial run pretty much for it. It's $8 with Ethan Brown on.
14 to 18.
Yeah, big jump. So that's the only one I was looking at. I couldn't steer into anything else.
Fair enough.
So that's a thin Group 2, isn't it?
Always is, every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. You occasionally get a good one. There's a good one in the Armanasco, though. 1,400 metres, Group 2 for the 3-year-old fillies, set weights, penalties. What's the honour roll here? Treasure the Moment won this last year.
That was a fill-up that day.
Kafila, she was a 3-year-old filly that won the South Australian Derby.
Yes, she was.
So she was a filly that actually beat the boys. So I think Lindsay Park trained her, I believe. She's an alibi, free, first up. $1.65, probably not. I'm just probably going to watch.
Yeah, I think she's a very smart horse, though. She's an alibi. I don't like she's our alibi, though. It doesn't really quite roll off the tongue, but she's a Queensland filly, being looked after by a Queensland man, Peter Moody. And I think she's got a serious engine under the hood, this girl. She wins this race, but $1.60 for me is just sit and watch territory. The only other one that's like right in the market is Salty Pearl. And she's a smart little filly, cute little grey filly, but no, she's alibi. She's Group 1. She's Group 1 horse, and Salty Pearl is not.
Yeah.
Could I have said it any better?
No, nothing more to add. Race 6 is the Mannerism, 1,400 metres, Group 3 for the set weights and penalties. So Courvolant won this last year. Revolutionary Miss, Espiona, Graceful Glamour won that as well. Bossy Benita probably goes forward here. Road to Arataki's just almost running every single week.
Yeah, it really is.
Paradise City beat her last weekend as well. Shows up here. Jenny Lala will probably be forward too. Interesting with the market here. Road to Arataki's in pretty decent form. 1-1, came third in the other. What are your thoughts here? Because I thought it was short for Damask Rose as well.
Yeah, she is short.
Hasn't won for 50 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think she's won in Australia.
Has she not? She's run well, but maybe she hasn't won. Another horse who hasn't won for a very long time is number 7, Miss Aria. 75 weeks for her. She's $11 with Team Green at the moment. But track, trip, 3 starts for a first, a second, and a third. And I thought she was pretty good first up. I thought she ran well. So she's the bet for me because at that price I want to have something on, maybe even each way for once. Miss Aria. In a race like this, these mares seem to take turns. She's the one for me.
I was going to ask about her. Because she was one of your faves once upon a time.
Yeah, she just... Look, I think I jumped off at the right time. I think I backed her when she won first up freakishly at the Valley that day. I think we were both at the track in Brisbane potentially.
We were.
And then I don't think she's won since then. And maybe I've backed her once or twice and she's ran well without winning. So I don't think I'm too far in the hole with Miss Aria. But I think this weekend's the one. The Danny O'Brien stable's going well. She gets a bit of weight relief. She needs a lot of things to go her way, but happy to be with her this weekend. Because you get your cash now at 11s, and then the next start she's 4s or 5s, and she runs 4th. That's her. So you just need to get on at the right time.
Get on at the right time. Don't know where I stand with this race. Too difficult. The Futurity, 1,400 metres, Group 1, weight for age level. Previous winners here, Mr. B, 2-time, Alligator Blood, Sierra Sue, Probabile, Elise, Brave Smash, Blackheart, Bart. Good on roll.
Good on roll.
I know, is treasure the moment after those?
Comes out, puts them away. comes out, gets into the gates, jumps from the gates. D-Lane gets her in a beautiful spot. She's either leading or she's outside the leader, or she's just paired back and she's got the 1-1 and she just peels out and she puts them away. I think she was running placings in Group 1s, disappointingly sometimes I might add, as a very short price favourite. If you look at each of her races individually, the last run was on a bog deck that she just did not like. Remember what Francesca said? Small little feet. Treasure the moment. For a 4-year-old mare, mind you, And she still ran fourth. Third in a Cox Plate start before that. Not a vintage edition of the Cox Plate, but she still ran third. And then a 2 seconds behind Globe and who was the other one? Pride of Jenny. Just couldn't run them down. She just couldn't run them down, and the races weren't run to suit.
Tactical affairs.
And this was after a colic setback, and she's still running that well. I think if she didn't have the colic setback, I think you'd be seeing a picket fence in that prep. Apart from the bog track, I think she would have won the Cox Plate. I think that was a massive setback in hindsight. I think this is the time as a 4-year-old mare in the autumn where she puts a rubber stamp on Superstar, and it's her and Autumn Glow, and they're duking it out. I think she's going to come out and brain them, and I'm happy to take black odds, $2 plus. This is a smart little Futurity. Futurity is usually dog shit, but this is a good race. Pericles, Buckaroo, Evaporate, Watch Me Rock, the Western Australian horse. Feroce ran super first up behind Kitty Cat Tom. Vivier's started to win. And I think Like a Lucy's a smart mare too. This is a good Futurity, but I think 1,400 metres first up, she's going to go bang, put into the sword. At least I want it to.
Could this be Pericles' Group 1 for Bjorn first up?
It could be.
Mate, first up last prep, first run for Bjorn, making a statement. Brain Private Eye, and with your blessing.
Guess who was on that day?
Yeah, probably you. At tens.
Yeah.
Who else he beat here? Osipenko, Militarized, Swift Falcon, huh? Linebacker. Kovalika, Port Lockroy for the Natiums. I don't know. Maybe he could just snag this. But maybe
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. At $7 with $2 for Treasure, maybe I'll have a little Quincy. I reckon that's a nice little play.
That's a good play.
All right, the Blue Diamond, 1,200 metres, Group 1 for the 2-year-olds. On a roll here, Devil Knight won this last year. Hayasugi.
Tick. Hasn't won since Tick.
Little Bros. Dormier. Artorius. Tagaloa, Liar. You've had good form in this race.
I have. I just can't find a slipper winner. I know which one I'd rather have for me.
So, I Am Aria goes forward with Big Sky, closer to Free Streisand, and a bunch of others. I think this will be a truly run Blue Diamond, huge field, 16 runners. Where do you want to start?
Well, should we start where the market's starting with the two Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. horses, number 4, Big Sky, and number 5, Guest House. Big Sky taken all before him. He's led and he's kicked away and he's brained him. His first 2 starts, he comes up favourite. And their other horse who they think is better, or at least Mick Price does, he's funny. Like I like his honesty. He's just like, no, this horse is better. A few things went wrong for him in his run last start in the Prelude, and he still managed to run second to closer to Free. So I think if you're keen on him, fair enough, because, yeah, if you're prepared to forgive that last start, he was off the bottle, he couldn't settle, blah, blah, blah. But for me, that's actually a red flag. I want my two-year-olds to be, particularly this early on in the season, ready to go at the races, and they might not necessarily end up being the best horse, if we look back in hindsight, but they're just the best horse on the day. So Guest House might well be the best horse in this field, but I'm happy to take him on it at 5s. And Big Sky, you spoke about this, 1,000 metres, step up to 12 with his racing style. Geez, he's going to have to be tough to hold on and win.
Who was that Kieran Maher filly in the green and...
Enthar?
Yeah. Similar vibes. Everyone, because she sold at $2 that day, and everyone was just all over her. Did nothing. I think Big Sky's been ultra impressive.
He's been good.
2.75 lengths. Brainham at Flemington over the 1,000. Brainham by 3 lengths last start at Caulfield. 7-horse fields too. Probably no tempo. Only one horse has gone on to win since in any of his races, and that was him. So I think has he actually been versing anything? Probably not. So there's enough evidence there for me. The biggest thing for me is the 1,000 metres to 1,200 with his pattern. I'm happy to risk. And that stable, to be fair, they win Group 1s when they're $13.
Yeah, they do.
Not 5.
They do.
What about the Magic Millions winner?
Unit 5.
Yeah. Another one.
That was a good win. And he can come out and run well because he's taken all before him so far. And he's got a phenomenal set of silks. Just for me, I don't know about that Magic Millions race as a form guide. And I feel like to race then and then have however many weeks off to then come into this, I feel like that's difficult for a 2-year-old to do. But if he's travelled well and it's matured him and he's just beating what's in front of him and he wins this, then look out. He's a super horse and it'd be a phenomenal story. I'm happy to let him go through to the keeper on this occasion.
Well, let's talk about because I think we're all over the same form reference, the Diamond Prelude. So closer to free, barrier 9, it's really fantastic debut. Goes forward, controlled it, could potentially do something here again. So you're keen on closer to free at $9 from barrier 9 Mickey D, or Eternal Warrior 16 lane 14s.
Yeah, so keen on those two because I like the form of that race. I'll tell you a bit of a yarn about closer to free. So I can't remember the guy's name, but he basically, his niche is he breaks horses in, so educates the yearlings to teach them about racing. Takes them to the trials and then is like any buyers pretty much. So he himself isn't really a trainer. Danny O'Brien saw this thing trial, was like, I want that. And there was a certain Sneesby Racing who, in conjunction with Widden Stud, were going to be the purchasers of said horse for a significant sum, but then they got outbid by a significant sum.
The Ultra Horse Syndicate.
The Ultra Horse Syndicate. And Danny O'Brien basically watched the trial, was like, I must have this horse. This thing's a jet. And then it does that first up. Jumped well, led, and kept kicking against a field that had a lot of horses that had been to the races before, and it was coming off 3 trials. And his 2 trials, his second and third trial, brained the fields. I think he might just be a really fast horse closer to free, and he's going to be up on pace, which... if they're not going too quick up front, I want something up on pace, and he's at 8s with Team Green closer to free. I do like Mick D as well with the 2-year-olds. He won on Devil Knight last year. He's an underrated rider. So he's one for me. And then Eternal Warrior, I thought closed off really sharply in that prelude, but just sort of peaked on his run a bit. So I think he's going to be perfect for the 1,200 metres. Gate 16 is a bit shit, but in a blue diamond, if you're at the back and you're keeping out of trouble, and if they're going a little bit too quick up front, if you can blend into the race at the right time and swoop down the outside lanes at Caulfield.
Artorias style.
We see it happen relatively often in the Blue Diamond, and he's 13s. I think he might have even opened closer to 20, so there's been some specking for him already. Damien Lane, how about his form at the moment? So they're the two that I'm keen on. I don't think Lloyd Kennywell, who trains Eternal Warriors, had a Group 1 winner since bloody Vidora. It's a long time coming. But they're the two that I'm happy to play on. They're both at a price where I can back both of them. And yeah, look, there's a whole bunch of other horses that could win, but they're the two I'm going to be playing with.
Mate, I found Eternal Warrior as well. A lot of this field haven't had that like that first prep, then a spell. He has, and that debut win, it was Castel Vecchio on debut at 40s, mowed him down, and at listed grade level. And then I thought he was super first up. Best last 400 of the race. So him stepping up to 1,200 metres, I think is absolutely going to eat it up. Barry 16 needs a class ride by Frosty, but I think there's going to be enough pace here by this nutcase out in front, Big Sky, and just other pace around him as well to bring him into the race. I think he just needs to find the right bum to bring him in. Eternal Warrior 14s.
Yep.
All right. Now, Oakleigh Plate. Who's won this race? 1,100 metres, Group 1 handicap. Jimmy Starr was brilliant in this last year. Q-Man, Varley, Uncommon James, and Marabi. So I think Uncommon James was about $5 to $7. Q-Man was a huge price. Jimmy, I think, had market support into a short quote. And then Marabi was, you couldn't even back her. She was that short. So shorties can win this race. Not a lot of speed on paper, but I think it's an Oakleigh Plate. They'll go like the clappers, I'd say.
Yeah.
Don't Hope Do. Way to the Stars will probably go forwards. Spywire potentially. Brighter Waltz. Smart 3-year-old filly Point Barrow, who I'm a big fan of, finds her way in here with 50 kilos at $3.20. What do you do with her?
Yeah, she could just come out and brain them. Clearly the most untapped horse in the race. Gets in well weighted, has Jamie on. I think gate 10's a great draw for her. Blend into the race at the right time. I'm just thinking maybe it'll be just a little too late for her, potentially. But she clearly has some talent, like her win down the Flemington Straight. Wowee. And look, $3 isn't a spoil, but it's not $2. So I think she's a massive winning chance, definitely considering her. The other two that I'm considering for this race are Tropicus, but he's got to carry a big weight, 58.5 kilos. But I like his racing style. I think he gets a nice spot from that gate. And the Giga Kick race, that form's stacked up pretty nicely. And I think, if there's any horse who's more of an 1,100 metre horse in this field, it's probably Tropicus. He's $7. And then GG's Miss Truth at 9s. Gee, she was a tragedy beaten last start. She should have won that race. The market was coming for her. She jumped about $4. And I was thinking, I am a genius. And she just, it was a tragedy. And from gate 1, the same thing could happen. But Mickey D on board again. 54 kilos, which is fine for a 4-year-old mare, and I think she can run well. They're the three, but the chances don't stop there. But it's an Oakleigh Plate.
It is an Oakleigh Plate.
Are you keen on Point Barrow, the little filly?
I am. I'm going to have a Quinella though, with a horse who actually beat GG's Miss Truth last start, and I honestly don't think Way to the Stars has been going better. I think he was solid behind the Black Cloud first up at Eagle Farm. 6 weeks between runs. First up was over 1,000 metres in that listed race, defeating Oakhill and GG's. I think Oakhill's come out and ran solid since as well. Way to the Stars. I think Matt Smith's he's an acute trainer. He's a smart trainer. This horse's first up profile is basically 8 runs for 4 wins, 2 seconds and a third. He's had 2 runs since the 13th of December. He's kept him fresh. He's been travelling to Brisbane. He's done 2 trials at Rosehill and he's raced at Caulfield in that time. So he's been all over the place. Going to need a bit of a special from Ethan Brown from Barrier 14. And he's lugging a bit of weight. But at $26, I think he's one that you put into your quaddies for insurance. I think he's going to run a really nice race. I don't think he's been going any better. And he's one of those horses that you go like, really? But hey, he's got a 30% winning strike rate. He places more than 50% of the time. He's a 1,000 metre, 1,100 metre specialist. And when he gets on his Melbourne leg, his strike rate's even better. It's 2 from 5 winning strike rate. So, I don't know. I've got a feeling he's going to run a really nice race for you at $26. Way to the Stars.
Yeah, look, I'd say he's that price because it's an unfashionable selection. But there's nothing wrong with his form whatsoever.
Yeah. Like, what would you rather? Him or Jedi Bill?
please.
Well, if Way to the Stars beats Jedi Bill home, maybe Way of the Stars will be in an Everest this year.
Yeah, maybe. Fucking hell.
Okay. I think that's it. Anything else that you want to highlight? I think that's been plenty.
No, that's heaps.
Yeah.
Good weekend of racing.
Yeah.
Ready to launch.
Yeah.
Let's actually go.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that's us this week. You will see us Thursday next week if you're available, because I'm at the coast.
I would suggest that I am available.
That's good. So, yeah, I'm at the coast next week. I've got a week off.
Sick.
Yeah, going to Kira, near Cooley.
I like Kira.
Yeah.
I like Kira a lot. Kira Pav.
Yeah.
Kira, actually, the Kira Hotel, don't know what it's actually called.
Is that the one on the corner?
Yeah, back from the beach, like a street.
Yeah, I saw Oscar Radley there, Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, always. No,
The Inflictor.
Yeah, he's always in the bin.
He is always in the bin. I haven't been in there, but I tell you what, the setup looks good.
Great setup. Yeah.
Maybe the two of us one day.
Maybe.
We'll find ourselves there.
Maybe.
On a day like Saturday. Like a day like this.
I had someone text me earlier. Planning to do lunch on April 11th. Looked, day 2 of the championships. Sorry, busy. Not happening.
So busy. By the way, it's probably going to be raining in Sydney, so don't go. So I plan to go down there.
All right.
Wetter than day 2 of the championships down in Sydney.
If only. All right. Hooroo.
See yous.